schizophrenia.
No.
You don't have schizophrenia?
No.
Yes,
Just
you do.
no.
Dr. Kerwin, I have taken up your challenge on finding funny depictions of schizophrenia in the media, and what better place to look than sketch comedy?
Have y'all seen a 4'11" dude with a purple beard up in here?
Stop trying to keep us out, Adam. We're a part of you. Yeah, man, we're in your brain, so we go where you go, bruh.
Here is Reggie. He is a plant. He says keep going when I think I can't.
I've chosen to look at sketches from Studio C, Saturday Night Live, and Key and Peele that play off schizophrenia-like experiences in order to make a humorous observation about human thought processes. For example, parts of the man's brain attempt to help Adam talk to a girl, a personified to-do list stresses Aaron out, intuition convinces Selena that her boyfriend is cheating on her, and Peele discovers he can hear black people's thoughts, and many more, although I'll mostly focus on what they all have in common. Similar to Inside Out, these thought processes are personified, except unlike Inside Out, the protagonist can actually see and interact with them, suggesting more of a hallucination since no one else can see them. Now in these sketches, the hallucinations are usually fully fleshed characters, which is actually quite rare in schizophrenia because the most common form is auditory hallucinations, which is better depicted in Key and Peele's sketch Black People Telepathy.
So every black person has this? Is Kobe listening?
Yo, what up? Welcome, Ray. I'm glad to have you on board.
Oh, what's up, Barack Obama?
You gotta be more careful. Learn to use the shine. Tune in and out of it. Otherwise, you won't be able to sort out who's talking.
This line is accurate because for people with schizophrenia, they cannot tell the difference between signals that are hallucinations versus real auditory experiences, making it impossible for them to tell reality apart from the hallucinations. Rarely are these voices violent, but they are still very damaging because they are usually negative towards that person and disrupt their ability to function.
Open the door or we'll cut you, you freak piece of garbage.
I know you have a lot to think about, but just remember, whether you succeed or fail, it doesn't matter, right? I'll always be here to make you feel like you failed.
Other symptoms of schizophrenia that they depict include a flat affect or inappropriate emotional responses, delusions of grandeur, persecution, or control, and disorganized behavior, speech, and memory, which may actually be caused by literal disorganization in the neurons of the hippocampus. Additionally, our protagonists seem to have poor problem-solving skills, which may be due to schizophrenic lack of hypofrontality, where more blood flows towards the frontal lobe during cognitive tasks. Another common feature among these sketches is that the hallucinations are quite surprising and sudden. While schizophrenia usually has a gradual onset, there can be psychotic breaks where a stressful situation could lead to the onset of schizophrenia, such as a tense relationship, transitioning to a new job, or drowning in college homework. Additionally, our protagonists suffer socially, and their social disturbances contribute to the punchline, which leads me to a discussion about these sketches' artistic function. Even though less than 1% of the world's population experiences schizophrenia, these sketches are funny because they're relatable. We may not have hallucinations, but we understand the experience of paranoia, or thinking something is cool in our heads but it doesn't come out right. We're trying really hard to focus on studying, but there are so many distractions. Normalizing these experiences as part of the human experience is something comedy is great at because it allows us to laugh at ourselves and know we're not alone. Now, even though they do not explicitly say that these characters have schizophrenia, they use symptoms of schizophrenia as a vehicle to express parts of ourselves that are vulnerable because they're at their extremes, and that's what makes it an effective tool for art and comedy. In terms of the Argentinian writer Jorge Luis Borges, I found that these sketches all play off of unreliable narrators, which allows there to be multiple interpretations similar to his short stories. At face value, these people are having magical experiences, being able to communicate with their personified thought processes. Similar in how in Borges' short story, The Aleph, Borges has the magical experience of witnessing the entire universe. Or in another of his stories, The South, his character Dahlman experiences a romantic ideal death. However, if taken literally and the audience pushes the rules of our world onto this story world, then there's only one logical explanation, which is that these people are having hallucinations. And since there is no clarification and there's evidence for both a magical interpretation and a literal interpretation, that leads it up to the audiences, which makes it fabulous art. In conclusion, even though some of these depictions may not be the most accurate of neuroscience,
using this computer, I can induce your hallucination.
they are valuable because they connect audiences to relatable characters, and schizophrenia is sad and tragic, and people who have it deserve all the compassion in the world. And so comedy is unique because it makes it approachable. And that's why I think these sketches are so important in our discussion about schizophrenia. Thank you.
Ugh, I'm sorry, okay? I'm not a real girl. I'm just your man brain pretending to be a girl to compensate for your lack of understanding of women, brah!